Hey everyone, Ty here, and welcome to Ty's Take. Now, if you haven't been here before, my name is Ty. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, I want to thank you for coming back. Folks like you are the reason why I keep trying to do this. Keyword trying. Very busy these days. Anyway, so what I want to try to do is go over another Is It Worth It video for you guys. But before I do that, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay on top of what's going on this channel. Now, the brand I'm going to talk to you guys about today is a brand that you guys have seen all over. If you've ever been to, say, Nordstrom or Saks Fifth Avenue, or even Nordstrom Rack or Saks off Fifth Avenue, which is a place that I would highly recommend to buy this brand, because there's so many places you can find it online for cheap. And this brand is known as Magnanni. Now, this brand started in 1954 out of Almansa, Spain, with 5 guys working in a basement, and has blossomed today to be, again, a top-notch Spanish brand that you can find in all types of high-end department stores. Now, the thing about this particular brand is, to me personally, I like to consider Magnanni more of a starter brand, meaning this is a brand that if you're just getting into fashion, if you're just starting to buy nice shoes, this is the brand for you, because they have top-notch, high-quality materials, and yet you get them at pretty good prices compared to other designer competitors. So with that, I'm going to go over the shoes today. Magnanni to me is personal to me because it was my first brand that I've ever bought from when I started this whole journey, this whole fashion journey and betterment journey of myself. And so the shoes I'm going to show you today have been with me for a good while. And I know I say that a lot, but again, this brand is near and dear to me. And frankly, I would argue is one of the more underrated brands, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my collection. I'm going to show you guys the types of shoes I have. And at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I do always, and that is give you guys my take, Ty's take about Magnanni. Is Magnanni a brand for you? Okay, guys. So what we're going to do is go over the more dressier shoes first, and then switch to more casual shoes. Now, full disclosure, unfortunately, I do not have the model name for all of these shoes. The reason is because, as you're getting ready to see, many of these shoes I've had for so long, the boxes are either damaged or gone. And some of these shoes Magnanni don't even make anymore. And in fact, one of which is actually my grail, but I'll get to that later because it's kind of bittersweet. With that, let's go ahead and start off with the first shoe. This is more of your kind of loafer boat shoe. I've had this for a long time, and it's held up pretty well. You can dress this up or dress this down. What I like about this and the other shoe I'm getting ready to show you is this gives you that kind of preppy look. Like if you want to do, like in the more spring, summertime, do like a short sleeve polo shirt with some khaki shorts, and just have like no sock loafers on or no show socks. This is really cool. I like it because, to me, I think it's flattering on my legs. And if you're trying to kind of pull that look off, again, that more spring, summertime kind of beach house look, these shoes are really cool for doing that. And they weren't expensive. Like I said, Magnanni, I'll get to cost later when I do my take, but relatively inexpensive. And you can see the creasing on here is minimal. And I've had these for years. They're just that good. These are good shoes, good quality for so cheap. It's incredible. Same with the next one that I want to show you. Now this one I've had, and I've worn a lot. I've worn this running all around my office and to and from the train station. So these have had a good amount of wear. And you can see after years and years of wear, not much creasage. The bottoms are pretty worn, as you can see, but just still high quality patina that's going on. And that's actually something else I meant to bring up. Both of these shoes are handmade and hand painted. They're very nice, very high quality. And I think the sad thing about these is that I just don't wear them anymore. I just have nicer stuff, if you can believe that, because these are nice, but I just don't have them anymore. So I think I'm going to be giving them away for donation soon. The next pair I want to show you guys, this is actually my first whole cut loafer ever. I saw this on YouTube one time and I was just so fascinated. And also just hearing about how the process of doing a whole cut loafer really fascinated me. So I wanted to buy a shoe like this, and I like it. You know, I think it's time to kind of get rid of it, but this was one of my first dress shoes, and I treated them like grails. They were so nice that I was just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna barely wear them. And so I've only worn them a handful of times, but they still held up pretty well. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention, when it comes to Magnanni, I would say, me personally, you can go a size down. As with most Italian, and in this case, Spanish made shoes, they can run a bit narrow, but they do have a more generous toe area. So like you're able to get a lot of room in the toe area, but the width can be a bit troubling if you're a bigger guy. But again, I would say go a full size down if you have normal feet. If you're a bigger guy, just wear your regular size, which is what I'm doing, because this is a size 13 or 46. What I like about it is also the more slimmer waist. I believe these are bologna stitched, so you're gonna need to replace your soles a lot, unfortunately. They're not the most stronger shoes. They're not Goodyear welded, although this one has that sort of thick sole, it's not. But it's a good shoe, great price, can't beat it. Like I said, for a starter shoe, this would be a great starter shoe for a lot of folks out there. This next one is so beautiful. I have never ever worn it. I just love the patina on this. Like the hand painted patina on this is fantastic. Very nice. Very nice. I know I say that a lot, but like for real, look at this. Even the bottom of it like has that sort of kind of tan sort of J.R. Roach looking sole. Like it's just really neat. And what I also like about it is I think this is the only, and I could be wrong. I think it is the only single strap shoe that I have. And yeah, one of these days I'll break out of my comfort zone and wear this, but I've had this for years. It's just sat in my closet. And yeah, nice stuff. That's what I'm saying. You can't go wrong with Magnanni because you get top-notch quality for pretty average prices. Okay, so now on to the sneakers. Now, many of these I haven't worn because I just have so many. But I really like this one that I bought years ago. Again, I got it for a deal. Like this is from Nordstrom Rack. And I liked it because this was around the time I started to break away from buying stuff like Nike and Adidas and just realizing, all right, if I'm going to pay that much money, I'm going to want something with real leather that's handmade and will last much longer. So that's what you get with this sneaker. It's really nice. It looks like a Magnum sole, but it's actually a proprietary sole. What is this? I don't even know what that says. I can't even read it and I almost dropped this shoe. But again, as you can see, just stitching inside and outside the shoe. This is not glued and it's just very soft to the touch. It's as soft as it looks. I mean, you can see it in the light. And you can also see the more patina toed here at the bottom. Haven't decided if I'm gonna keep these or not because they're nice. It's just I never really wear too many sneakers like this anymore. I just don't. I usually wear stuff that is either more black or white. So that could change. The other thing that the other sneaker that I want to show you, this one, I do know the model names for the next three are the style names. So this one is known as the Christian 2. Now you guys, if you're familiar with Magnanni, you've seen this type of style before. This one is more of your like kind of casual dress sneaker. And what I love about this is the leather, the outside of the leather is stiff, like really stiff. And yet the inside is so soft. It's unbelievable. I mean, even the breaking in period, which I'm gonna show you, which will be my last sneaker, didn't hurt my feet at all, and they still look great. So this one, I think I can see it lasting for a long time. I'm gonna keep this shoe for a very long time. I love it because it's like I said, it's casual, but it's more of an adult sneaker. And it's nice, it's very nice. I like it. The next one is another one that I'm kind of grailing and kind of keeping it back. I've still got the tag on the bottom. So this one is known as the Ronnie. And what I like about this is, I like the stripe. How cool is that? Like, it's a white shoe that gets interrupted by these two hints of brown, like these two hints of leather brown. And what I like about it is the shoe itself, again, more of a stiffer leather, and yet the brown on the shoe and on the back of the shoe is actually soft. And speaking of, the inside of it is pretty soft as well. The leather lining is supple. The back, the suede is not the most supple compared to the other ones that I have. But again, I think what I like about these types of shoes is because they don't cost a lot compared to other designer brands, and because it's stiffer, you can beat these shoes up and still get good life out of them. That brings me to my last shoe, which you're definitely going to see. Now this one is an older version of the one you just saw. This is the Magnanni Chaz. Now, if you want to see how these shoes look in 2 years, this has not been cleaned, nothing. That's how it looks. Like, you can see, like I said, hell, I've done so much in this shoe, it is unbelievable, but it's still holding up. I mean, and this is as much creasage as you're going to get in these shoes. Like, it's not a lot. There's not a lot of creasage, you know, but it's definitely been worn a lot. And you can also see where the creasing is, that this is a size 13. I could easily wear a size 12, but what I like about this shoe is, number one, I get a lot of compliments from this shoe, a lot of compliments. Like, it's unbelievable. Because me, like I said, similar to my loafers, what I would do is, if I don't like wearing my loafers, I wear these shoes and just wear them, like I said, with either shorts or, you know, again, more of an athleisure look, like just wear like some high ankle sweats, like sweatpants, and these look great. These look really good. The shoelaces are pretty neat. These are the, these are the original shoelaces. So they look very nice. Yeah. And I think I'm gonna keep these forever. There's no point in sending these back. And the soles also hold up pretty well, as you can see, the bottom sole. Yeah, there's definitely some wear there. Like I said, I've had them for a long time, but and I know I should get rid of them, but I don't want to. I love these so much. So my take, Ty's take, is Magnanni worth it? My answer is going to surprise you guys, and that is that I think it depends. Now, again, I know this answer shocks you guys because given all the praise that I was just giving to Magnanni, but let's break this down objectively. As far as construction goes and durability, I give those both a 7 out of 10. Here's why. When you look at shoes like Allen Edmonds, which are Goodyear welded, those will last for a long time. Of course, there are trade-offs. They're big and boxy, right? Versus shoes like these that are more European made, which they are, based out of Spain, but they're Bologna stitched, which means like eventually those shoes are gonna wear out way faster than if you were to Goodyear weld them. And I think that gets me to another thing that I kind of have a knock on when it comes to Magnanni, and that is the customer service experience. I would give it about a 6 out of 10. Here's why. let's compare Magnanni to, say, Carmina, which is also based out of Spain. When you go buy Carmina shoes, you go to a Carmina boutique store. When you go to buy Magnanni shoes, more often than not, you're going to like a Macy's, or as I mentioned earlier, like a Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack, Saks Fifth Avenue, Saks, Neiman Marcus or Neiman Marcus Last Calls. Those last three are really nice stores. You can buy high-end stuff there. But that's my point. It's a department store. So it's not you're not really getting that sort of experience that you would expect from like more of a boutique niche brand. And that's kind of the knock on these shoes, is that they're very mass produced, meaning you can find them at any store, anywhere. And even on eBay, you can buy, there's actually, and I'm gonna plug them real quick, there's actually a store that's called Real Leather Shoes on eBay. And this, like what they do is they sell like last season shoes, and you can get these shoes for sometimes as low as $50. And so, like I said, even as far as that goes, it's great, because for cost, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So that's great, but there's trade-offs. You're getting what you pay for. The experience isn't great. The constructability compared to other shoes isn't great. And I think that gets me to the last part that I want to talk about, which is reputation. Brands like Carmina are well known in the dress shoe snob world, if you want to call it that. Whereas Magnanni, they're known, but again, more often than not, the feedback you'll get is it's good for people who are who want luxury shoes but are on a budget, and money, while they can afford to go beyond buying these cemented shoes, again, that you will find at a DSW, they aren't exactly, Edward Green or Alden or Crockett and Jones. And I know I'm swinging for the fence on those, but my point is that compared to some of its competitors, it just doesn't line up. So overall, I'm going to give the grade of Magnanni a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good shoe. I think it's a great shoe for starting off. But here's a fun story for you. At one point, I've had about 50 to 75 pairs of Magnanni, and eventually I got rid of all of them. And other than the ones you have here. And like I said, the ones that I've kept because they have good designs on them. But more often than not, I got rid of them because either they eventually wore out or they were boring. Now, you're gonna probably feel like I'm being contradictory for a second, because I did say these shoes can last. They can, if you, again, have you a good cord waiter or a good shoe repair guy. I think these types of shoes, those can last a while because you can just keep getting them resold. The problem with shoes like Magnanni is because of the Blake stitch construction, you're gonna constantly get them resold. Versus I said Blake, I meant Bologna. Unlike Blake and Goodyear weld, with Bologna stitch or Bologna weld, they wear out fast. It is unbelievable how fast some of these Magnanni shoes that I've had have worn off. And so that's what made me eventually venture out and start buying nicer brands. So I think they're a good shoe. They're a good starting shoe for, like I said, if you're just getting into the luxury shoe game. But if you've been in this game for a long time, Magnanni is not where it's at. They're good, like I said, they're good for just starting off. They're good for, like, if you want something that's dress, office appropriate, good for dates. These are good shoes. But if you want something that's going to last for a long time, that you can effectively sell on the resale market, that's another big thing, Magnanni's not the shoe. All right, guys, I got to get back to work here. It's been a pleasure. And don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay on top of what's going on with this channel because there's more to come. I got to get out of here, but until the next time, be blessed. Cheers.